Hello friends, welcome to Crackit CSE, and in this series of database we are continuing with the SQL lecture. So in this SQL today we will be understanding that how to write the query for the division operator in SQL. So we know that division operator can be performed in the relational algebra queries by simply using the division sign, but there is no such operator, there is no such clause or condition in the SQL operator. So how we can perform the division operator using the existing clauses and conditions in the SQL. So without wasting time, let's start with this particular lecture. See, the division operator is required. So first of all, we need to understand why this division operation is required. What is the necessary to use the division? So it is required when we want to find out entities that are interacting with all entities of different relation. That means if we are having a relation and if we want to find out that which of the entities of particular relation is interacting with the all the entities or the record of some other relation, so we use the division for these kind of purpose. Now, so this is just a theory. We'll try to understand this with help of example also, so just stay tuned for a few minutes. You will be getting exactly what it has to be performed. So the division operator is used when we have to evaluate queries that contain the keyword every or all. So this is an important hint. What is the hint? Keyword every and all. So whenever you are observing the keyword every and all in a particular statement, this is a hint that we have to use the division operator in the SQL queries or in the relational algebra queries also. Right? Now, there is an important note that division is not supported by SQL. So we cannot directly implement the division operator in SQL, but by using some other operations. So it can be represented by using some other operations like cross join, in, exist, not exist, and so many. So we have to perform the division in SQL query by using some operations. So that means there is no direct operator, so we have to represent it using some combination of operators that are existing in the SQL queries. So let's try to understand what is the division first. So if we are having two relation R and S and some attributes in R X and Y and some attribute in S is Y. So we are having two attribute in R relation, one attribute in S relation, and if I want to perform R divided by S, so it will give all the distinct value of this X from R table which is associated with all the values of Y. That means it will give you the X value, it will give the X value which is associated with all values of Y. That means this Y and this Y has to be same for respective X. If this is a case, that will be the output, the respective value of X will be output. So see, this is the expansion of relational algebra division operation. So how we have to perform? First of all, we need to perform the cross join, or we can say the cross product between the Rx and Sy. So first of all, I am performing the cross product between Rx and Sy. So by applying this, we will be getting the complete bunch of possible attribute or the possible relation. Then from that possible relation, I will be subtracting the given values in Rxy. So what will be the output of this particular thing? It will give you the values of X which is not associated with all Y. So the output of this bracket will be the value of X which is not associated with all Y. So but in division we have to retrieve this value which is associated by all distinct entities. So to get that, we have to subtract this from the all value of X. So if from all value of X we subtract the value of X which is not associated with all Y, we will be getting the values of X which are associated with each value of S of Y. So this is how internally the division operator works. In the description, I will be adding a link of expansion of division operator in relational algebra. So this is generally the expansion in relational algebra. Go through that video, you will be getting exact idea about how internally it works. Now I am having an example, and from this example let's try to understand how we can formulate a query using SQL statement for performing the division. So first of all, see, I am having two tables, enroll and course ID, with some attributes which is student ID, course ID and instructor. Here I have to retrieve the student ID who enrolled every course taught by course. So you can see that there is the hint. Every course is the hint. That means this every tells you that we have to perform the division operator, right? So I took an example. I took some values in this enroll and course table. So this is the given table. Now let's try to understand how it will give you the respective answer. So from this course table, let me tell you that how basically internally it works. So first of all, it will take all course ID of course instructor. So it will take all course ID of course instructor. Then it will subtract the course ID of respective SID from enroll table. So first it will extract the course ID from this course table where the instructor is course. Then it will go to first row of this enroll table, and for each student ID it will be taking out the value of course ID, and then it will be subtracting. And if it is equal to 5, that means if it is equal to null, then that respective value of student ID should be in answer. Now let's try to understand it how. For example, here I am having C1, C2, C3 course which are taught by course. So C1, C2, C3 are the course. Now I have to subtract the values of course ID from respective student from this value. So go to the first row. Here I am having S1. So for S1, what are the respective values of course? See, C1, C2, C3 are the three value. So I am writing C1, C2, C3. And if I subtract, I will be getting 5. So if I get 5, that means this student ID will be the value which is associated with all the course ID of course. This is what definition tells, that the entities of one table is interacting or associated with all the entities of other table. So this S1 is associated with all the course IDs of instructor course, which is the given statement. So now let's try to understand how it works with this particular query. See, we have to select distinct student ID of T1. So I am taking two instances of enroll table, one for the inner query and one for the outer query. So T1 enroll as T1 for the outer query, and this enroll as T2, this one for the inner query, and this is the same course table. So we have to select distinct T1.SID. So I went to the first student ID, that means S1. So I came here from enroll as T1. So I selected one student ID from enroll T1 table. Now we have to check this inner query. Now we have to check this inner query. If the result of this inner query is null, then that means that if there is no value exist in this particular subquery, then this not exist will be true. Then we have to select this student ID. So I have to check for this S1. So come here, select course ID from course where instructor is equals to course. So what will be the different value? C1, C2, C3 are the three course IDs where instructor is course. So we will tell here except is nothing but the subtraction. Select course ID from enroll as T2. Select course ID from enroll as T2 where T2.SID has to be equal to T1.SID. So what is T1.SID? The selected SID. Now we have to check for T2.SID. So we check here that this S1 is equal to this one, this S1 is equal to this one also, and this S1 is equal to this one also. So we have to select the course ID if this condition is satisfied. So this condition has been satisfied, so I have to select these course ID for the satisfied condition, which is C1, C2, C3, and if I subtract it, it will be null. That means no value exists for this subquery. This is what this particular condition checks. Where not exist meant if no value exists, then it is true, so it will retrieve, it will give you the student ID as S1. Now again we have to check for the other student ID. So because we are dealing with distinct, so I am not going again with this S1 or this S1. So I am skipping this S1 because of this distinct keyword in the SQL queries. Now go with the S2. So now for S2 also I have to check. So that means in S2 also these three will be same. And for S2 what will be the course ID? Course ID will be C1 and C4. And from this C1, C2, C3, if I subtract C1 and C4, like C1, C2, C3, if I subtract C1 and C4, I will be getting C2 and C3. That means it is not null. So this not null. So this condition is not satisfied. So S2 cannot be in the output. Similarly, if you check for S3, it will not be null. So S3 will not be in output. So finally, S1 is the output of this particular query. Now the question is, what kind of question can come in GATE, NET or in PSU exam? So what they will generally do is, they will give you a query in a question, and along with this query they will give you 4 statements like this. So they will give you this particular query in the question, and as an option they will give you 4 different statements, and you have to identify that which particular statement is equivalent to this particular query. So this is one kind of question. Another kind of question is, they will give you this particular query and they will ask you that how many records or how many rows will we get as an output by executing this particular query. So if this is the question for this particular thing, that how many records are possible by executing this query, answer will be 1, because we are getting 1 record as an output. So these 2 kind of question can come in your exam, whether it is GATE, NET, PSU or any competitive exam where database is a subject. So I hope you got an idea that how we can perform the division operator using the SQL query. So if you found this video useful, like this video, share this video, comment your feedback in the comment box, and if you are having any suggestion to improve this video to make it more suitable for you, just mention those in the comment box, and try to practice more questions of GATE. Try to get the previous year GATE questions and solve all those questions. And in case if you are getting any issue, and in case if you are facing difficulties in solving any kind of GATE question from any of the subject, I am giving you the link of my Facebook page and Facebook group in the description. Go to that particular group, join that group, and post your queries onto that particular group. Either I or the other student will definitely answer your queries, so that you all will be preparing with each other. So thank you very much for your support. If you are new on my channel, please subscribe my channel for more such videos and press the notification icon so that you can get an update whenever I am uploading a new video. So thank you for watching. Keep supporting, keep learning. Have a great day.